Hi, I'm Mash Bonigala, brand strategist at in this ongoing series on brand archetypes. In today's video, we talk about the lover brand archetype. So the lover is a very interesting kind of brand archetype. It's the lover is sensitive, right? The lover is sweet. They love to love. They lavish people they care about with affection. They enjoy anything that's pleasing. So we're looking at the lover brand from the perspective of real love, right? So any brand, when they have the lover brand archetype, they could sort of align themselves with their target audience that has the lover archetype kind of attributes. And those are the things that I just spoke about, which is, they love anything that is pleasing, they care about their family, so on and so forth. Now, the lover brand is all about empowering intimacy, whether that's sex, romance, or something else. The lover only cares about closeness. The lover brand loves to evoke emotion, and they want to make you feel special. This archetype focuses on love, intimacy, and connection first and foremost. Consequently, lover brands have a narrow focus and should stay in their lane, so to speak. So, staying in their lane, what that means is just like the rebel. Okay, just to step back a little bit. When I talk about brand archetypes, and if you watched the previous videos, you might have noticed that for some of them, I say that whatever your brand archetype is, you should have this particular one as a small percentage of your entire brand persona, right? So you could have one single brand archetype as your predominant archetype. But you could also have a combination of different archetypes in different percentages, depending on the core message that you want to give out and aligning with your target audience. But for the rebel and for the lover, I would say that you got to be cautious. If you're a complete rebel brand or a complete lover brand, that's fine. But to incorporate the lover kind of brand archetype as a small percentage, you need to make sure that your target audience values that. That means they value lover brands. And also your product or service, it has to have these attributes or avenues of love, romance, connection, intimacy, these things. So if you're looking to say, okay, I want to show that my brand cares, or that the brand has a better connection, then that doesn't necessarily mean that you could have the lover brand. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're working through creating your brand archetype. So the color, of course, is red. Red for passion. So that's the brand promise. Brand promise is passion. And the goal is to empower intimacy. Now, intimacy doesn't necessarily mean it's just sex, right? Or even love in that sense. Intimacy can be friendship. It could be, for example, pets, right? So where there is love and that kind of a thing. And the personality to project, the lover, the masseuse. Okay, that might be a little debatable. People might now simply say, oh, hold on, Mash, what the hell? It just means that it's the caring attention given, right? And the ideal customer, the lover brand archetype appeals to consumers who want to spice things up. Through this, though this can be sexual in nature, it doesn't have to be. Consumers are attracted to lover brands because they empower them to be bold, daring, and adventurous with those they love. Weaknesses, well, reputation can falter if design is subpar. Brand can lose focus if too many products are introduced. So what that means is that if you're a lover brand, then if you have too many products, or if you have a lot of varied kind of messaging, then you may end up diluting your message and you will not be considered as a lover brand. So you got to be careful with that. But this weakness can be mitigated. First of all, through a strong and compelling message. It's got to be simple message, right? If you're a lover brand and you want to show that your product or service fosters love, intimacy, closeness, things like that, then your message has to be very simple, like bare bones, right? That doesn't mean that it's not powerful. It just means that you cannot have too many different kind of messaging ideas. Secondly, your visual language, so your brand identity, your logo, your brand identity elements, all these things should also be simple and to the point. You cannot just have kind of conflicting visual elements and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, if you put attention to that, you'd be okay. You just got to be a little careful with the lover brand. Examples: Victoria's Secret, of course, lingerie. Hallmark, love, right? Communicating love. Dior, Christian Dior, yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful brand. Pet Parents, okay, here, Pet Parents is actually a client of ours, and we created a kind of robust brand identity strategy and everything for them. In fact, we created a blue ocean strategy for them. Now, pets are family too. So that was the strategy that we came up with, and the slogan that we created for this client. Pets are family too. So we were taking it to the next level. This is about love and intimacy and all that. Suggested color palette, yes, it's red, shades of red. We got burgundy also a little bit here, but predominantly shades of red. Imagery, you can see here, red. There's a bit of passion, there's love, there's romance, there's intrigue. So those are the kind of visual cues that you can give out. Example lover brands, yes, Christian Dior. Watch any Christian Dior advertisement and you will understand the essence of a lover brand. The company is all about empowering people to feel sexy, helping them reach a state of being wanted, right? Especially J'adore. This ad, J'adore with Charlize Theron, was launched a few years ago, and ever since I loved it because I'm a big fan of Charlize. And you got to watch this ad. It's beautiful, it's sensual, and it communicates that. And of course, granted that most of perfume brands have this sensuous kind of advertising, but this in particular, especially because of Charlize, she carries it so well, it came out really well. All right, watch this on the website. I will leave a link. I'm not going to play it here. Hallmark. Okay, here we swerve away from sex and romance and look at familial love. Now, yes, of course, you know, you can have romance, there are romance cards, but this is it's a very family oriented card. Hallmark is a lover brand in that they help families, co-workers, and friends better communicate how they feel. Now, note that Hallmark's focus is quite narrow too. They know they're a lover brand, so they rarely stray into politics, environmental issues, and all that. Doing so would muddy the waters and would dilute their messaging. This is what I was saying just a couple of minutes back, that you got to be careful with your messaging. You got to be on focus, on point, be narrow. There's something called as a beachhead strategy, and I did a video on that. I will try and leave a link in the description. But a narrow focus strategy is always good, but more so for lover brands and lover brand archetypes. So yeah, Hallmark does that really well. Pet brands. Okay, think of any pet brand. There's a good chance that set themselves up as a lover brand. Pets offer us unconditional love, so it's only natural that pet brand products would create messaging that centers on love, loyalty, and happiness. So as you can see, these are just 3 examples. Of course, there are hundreds and hundreds of lover brands. But if you're trying to be a lover brand, be very careful, right? In fact, if you're thinking of, if you think that your brand, your product or service fits that lover brand archetype, and you're trying to get it implemented and align it with your message, consult with me, right? Get on a video call with me, a one-on-one video call, and we can then hash out different ideas, what your strategy is, how does it align with your target audience, what is your messaging, and does it really match going for the lover brand, right? You got to be really careful. You got to take a full audit of your brand, your core essence, also your target audience. Are they the right kind of target audience for the lover brand? And then how's your messaging? Is the messaging diluted, and so on and so forth. So let me know. I will leave a link below in the description, and you can book a one-on-one video call with me, a strategy session, and we can talk about it. If not, if you just have some generic questions, then leave them below and I will try and answer them. Till the next brand archetype, take care.